Hello and welcome everyone. I am Anisha. So today in this video we are going to continue our chapter number 10 that we have started. That means we are doing revision. Okay, so we have completed the summary. So in this video we are going to discuss the three big questions which is given in your textbook, and thereafter we are going to discuss your long question and answer, short questions, objective types and fill in the blanks. Okay, and today this lecture will be completely the explanation will be completely in English. Okay, so if you want to listen to the Hindi explanation, you can check the link in the description box, and also if you want to listen the detailed explanation of this chapter, the link is again there in the description. Okay, you can click there and you'll find the playlist, so you can watch from there. And yes, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, as I really need your support right now, and also comment how do you find my classes. Okay, because it motivates me to bring more videos and to improve myself more and more. So without wasting any further time, let us start. So today the first question that we are going to discuss is, what is the meaning of governance? See, as we have discussed about this governance already in our summary class, isn't it? So here in this, if you are asked this question, how are you going to write the answer? So we are going to do that. You can also take the screenshot afterwards, okay, and you can write it down in your notebook, because this will be helpful to you. And so governance refers to the process. See, governance is the process and government is the system. Okay, please don't forget that. Governance refers to the process of making decisions, implementing rules and managing resources for the welfare of the people in a society. So governance is basically, it is the process of making decisions, like setting some set of rules, isn't it, for organizing the society's life and ensuring that they are being followed. That means implementing rules, isn't it, implementing and also ensuring that they are being followed, and managing the resource, the society resource, so that it should be used in a proper way, that is for the welfare of the people in a society. I hope this point was clear. So you can also add up with the more points. It ensures that laws are followed and the people's needs are met in an organized way. So this governance, it also ensures that laws, that means the rules, the important rules, are also called law. Okay, laws. So here they also ensure that these are being followed and people's needs are always met in an organized way. In case if there is no rules, if there is no laws and all, then what will happen? There will be chaotics in the society, as no one is going to obey anything. He or she will be going to do whatever he wanted, isn't it? So crime rate will be very increased in a very high rate, and so many other things. So that for maintenance of the society, to maintain law and order in the society, we need rules, and the important rules are known as laws. Okay, next, example, a school rules like wearing a uniform and maintaining discipline in class. The school administration ensures that these rules are followed. This is an example of governance at the school level. So at the school level, if you wanted to know the example, if you wanted to understand more about governance, like say in a school you have rules like wearing uniform, maintaining proper discipline in the class, going to school every day except holidays, isn't it? Because you will be needing some fixed amount of percentage are there, that your 75, for example, 75% of attendance is needed, isn't it, in order to appear the exam, like you have to write the exam. So those are all rules, isn't it, which has been set by the school, and those school administration is again, okay, they again ensure that these rules are properly followed or not. That is why, see, every day when you go to school, your uniforms are being checked whether you are in incomplete uniform or not, isn't it? If you are not wearing uniform, they'll be asking the reason why, and they'll be giving you warning, isn't it, and you'll be asking you to make sure that from next day onwards wear proper uniform. So these are some of the rules, and they are checking that whether these rules are followed or not, and it is necessary, okay, to check. So that is the governance at the school level. So similarly in the society level, so it works in that way. The government will set rules, and again a group of individuals from the system of government, they will again ensure that whether the rules are followed or not, isn't it? Like another example, see, a government enforce traffic laws to prevent accident and maintain order on roads. So government enforce traffic laws, that is the traffic rules and regulation that you need to follow while driving or working in the street, isn't it? So why it is necessary? To prevent accident and maintain orders on the society. again government again make sure that these are been implemented, these have been followed properly. Okay, these rules are been followed properly. Otherwise, just by simply making rules and you are not checking whether it is not followed or not, then it is of no use, isn't it? Like for example, in your school, like there is a rule, okay, like yes, wearing of uniform is necessary, but there are so many students who are going without uniform and the teachers are also not saying anything, the school administration is also not saying anything, then what's the use of that rule? So it is very necessary to properly ensure that the rules are being followed. Okay, this is the importance of rule. All right, I hope you have understood. So next question is, why do we need a government? So why do we need a government? Now let us see some important points. A government is needed to maintain law and order. Just now we have gone through, isn't it? Maintaining law and order prevents crime and ensure justice through laws and police forces. So if they don't maintain law and order, if there is no rules and regulation, if people are not going to follow any set of rules and all, then what will happen? Crime rate will increase. So to prevent this crime and ensure justice through laws, through rules and regulations, okay, and through police forces. So this is the first point, that we need government. Next we have provide public services, that is build roads, school, hospitals and ensures clean water supply. So these are some of the things which is government is needed to do, like in local level, local government will be doing, in the state level, state government will be doing, in the national level again, national government will be doing, okay, whatever comes under their aura. So next we have the defend the country, especially this is been entitled with the national government, isn't it? Protects the nation from external threat using the army and security forces. See, it is very much important to deploy army and to protect our nation, especially in the border area. So that is why BSF, borders security force, are being deployed in the border area. Like India is sharing border with so many countries, for example with China, with Myanmar, isn't it, with Bangladesh. So because see, and okay, in the northwestern side, in which country India is sharing border, you please kindly write down in the comment section. See, if they don't protect their people who are living around that border area, then there will be always threat and the people will not live in peace, isn't it? For example, in the Arunachal area, China, like it is, I hope you have also heard in news that the Chinese troops, okay, the Chinese army there, day by day they are trying to capture the land of the India, and they have captured so many land already. So in order to prevent such thing, okay, it is very necessary to defend the country. And who does this? Government. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next we have manage the economy. So government is needed to again manage the economy of the country, to control inflation, to taxation and trade for national growth. So inflation, every time there is the price of certain essential things are been increasing day by day. For example, your chocolate, let us say, okay, the chocolate which we used to get earlier on rupees 10 and the size was bigger, but again in today's date, even if you get that chocolate in 10 rupees, the size gets smaller. That is inflation, isn't it? Again, the biggest size of the earlier chocolate, again it is now, it cost rupees 20. So controlling inflation is also the work of government. And taxation, the tax and all, okay, and trade for national growth. National growth is very much important, okay. Next, ensure disaster management, helps during natural calamities like floods, earthquakes and pandemics. So they ensure during disaster they manage properly. Like if it needs to be handled by local government, they will be handled by local government. If they say disaster is severe, then it will be handled by the state government. And if the disaster is more severe, uncontrollable, then what will happen? The central government will step in. So natural calamities like during floods, earthquake and especially during pandemics. I hope you remember about COVID-19, how government have distributed free vaccine and foods to the one needy, isn't it? So here example also been given. See, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the government imposed lockdown. See, it has imposed lockdown and provide free vaccine and distributed food aid to people in need. See, when it was necessary to impose lockdown, because at that time it was fear that if you like touch every other person, then you will get these COVID-19, isn't it? Coronavirus, which we used to say. So during lockdown, who were the people who were being affected the most? The people who were doing business, and especially the people who are working on daily wages, the poor people who are working on daily wages, the labor class, isn't it? So what government had done during that time, it started distributing food aid to the people. And not only government, so many private organizations also came up and they distributed food to the people in need. So I hope you remember those days. I hope you were very small at that time, isn't it? It is already 5 years now. So that was about that question, why government is important. Now next, let us see what is the meaning of democracy and why it is important. So democracy meaning and why it is important. So democracy is a system of government where people have the power, okay, to elect their leaders and participate in decision making. People have the power. What power? They have the voting right. When you reach the age of 18 and above, you have the right to vote, isn't it, to cast your vote during election, which comes every after 5 years. And why? To choose their leaders. If they don't like the candidate, if they don't like the leader which they have given vote, then what will happen? After 5 years, they are not going to cast vote to that particular leader, and that leader will no longer be in power anymore. So this word democracy, it comes from Greek word, okay, that is demos, which means people, and kratos, which means rule or power. That means people's rule or power, okay. So why it is important, importance of democracy. Now second part, let us try to understand this second part, okay, why it is important. And shows people participation. See, through democracy, people are coming and participating in the decision making, especially in the local government perspective, in the village panchayat and urban local bodies, isn't it? So citizens elect their representatives to come and participate. Next, we have protects fundamental rights. Democracy protects our fundamental rights like freedom of speech, equality, and justice. If any of your rights have been violated, you have the right to go to the court and file a complaint regarding it, isn't it, so that you will be ensured justice. So none of your fundamental rights should be hampered. About this fundamental right, okay, what are there, how many fundamental rights are there, we are going to learn in detail in your higher classes. And in case if any one of you know, you can mention in the comment section how many types of fundamental rights we have in Indian Constitution, okay. Next, we have provides accountability. It means transparency, okay. Leaders are answerable to public, means whoever representative that you have chosen as and have handed the power to them to rule the society, isn't it, or to organize the society, or to bring development towards the society for the welfare of the people, they are always answerable. Means whatever steps they are taking, whatever rules and regulations they are doing, whatever work they are doing, they are always answerable to public. The public has the right to question them. That is why they cannot do anything wrong, okay. But reality is something different. I hope you have understood. Prevent misuse of power, that is among the government officials also, like in the case of legislature and supreme this judiciary, about these two organs. Legislature is going to make a rule, isn't it? It is making rules, and judiciary will again see whether this rule or that bill which has been passed by the legislature, it is really necessary, and is it really working for the welfare of the people or not. So that is the separation of power that we have studied, and the checks and balance, isn't it? So why it is necessary? To prevent misuse of power. So here government decisions are debated in the parliament. So whatever government decisions have been taken in the parliament, that is where two houses are there, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, okay. Then what happened? They will be debating any decision before taking up. Means all the members will come up with their negative points and their positive points, and thereafter discussing and debating so much, only then certain bills are being passed. So why this has been done? In order to prevent the misuse of power by one party. So encourages development. Policies focus on economic and social progresses. The policies which have been brought up by the government, it will always focus on economic and social progress, economic development, because it is very much necessary for a country's development, isn't it? And social progress, that is where the welfare of the people is being taken over, is been given priority, okay. So that because if the people are being developed, okay, if the people have got the opportunity to develop themselves, then they will indirectly, what will they how will they contribute? They will contribute in the economic development of the country, isn't it? So that is why it always encourage development, okay, both economic and social progress. I hope you have understood. So now as an example, let us see. In India, elections are held every 5 years, okay, and allowing people to choose their government. So as I have told you earlier, that in India every 5 years we have the election, and which allows people to choose their government, and this is in the case of only in democracy, okay, only in democracy where people have the right to choose their government or their leaders. And India is the world's largest democracy, where every citizen above 18 years has the right to vote. So India is the world's largest democracy. Why it is the world's largest democracy? Because of its huge population, okay, and this every citizen, they have the right to vote above, if they are of the age 18 years or above. So I hope you have understood. So with this we will end up today's class, and in next class we will discuss our long answer types, questions and answer, okay, followed by short answer types, objective types and fill in the blanks. So the comment down, okay, how do you find today's class, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. All of you have a very nice day ahead. Goodbye.